Hello, croaky voice. Welcome to Sunday morning, Monday evening coffee number 217. And here I am. I have survived. I've come out of my endless sleep today to tell you all about UK Games Expo because it was so good. It was so good. I'm on the floor. I'm on my comfort floor. I've been asleep most of the day. Obviously, there was no show yesterday because I was busy. You know what? I wasn't busy making. There we go. I wasn't busy making money yesterday. Oh, there's me on loop there. Actually, in bed because I had a lie in on a show day. We'll get to that. So, it will load the chat. It will. Please do load the chat. So I can't currently see what you're saying, but I'm sure you're there. I didn't realise how croaky my voice has got, so it won't be too long an episode. I have got the cooling tower. There we are, it's loaded. Yay. Hey. I have the mug watch, I have the massive cooling tower of coffee. Much required. Lil is there, doesn't know whether to make a hard or soft drink. You know what you want. You know what you want to do. So I think and I think you'll probably agree, don't you? I think this was like the best weekend ever of evers. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Um, so anyone who has not been following, we have this weekend been trading at Croak at UK Games Expo at the Birmingham NEC. It's the biggest show that we do. And we don't do as many shows as we used to, though I'm going to start changing that. We Oh, sorry, can't yawn the whole time. Salute and Expo are pretty much the two biggies we do, and Vatmatac's pretty big, but it's just not on that massive scale. So Expo takes a lot of resources, a lot of work, but it's absolutely worth it. And this year it was the best we've had in just like every respect. And I had such a good time. I met so many good people, caught up with so many good people, had the best chats, took loads of money, which is always good, um, and made some very good business connections and caught up with some existing business connections. So if there was like a checkbox for all the things you can get good out of UK Games Expo, I think I've pretty much like bingo carded it. It was the best. I didn't want to jinx it throughout, but there were no mess ups. Nothing went wrong apart from me having a spasm, but that we'll get into. But it didn't affect anything. It was all fine. Um, but like it just went so smoothly, and I wasn't stressed. And I noticed that that's a big difference between that and Salute because Salute's so crammed into one day. It's almost like every second counts, and I'm constantly having to be on it 'cause everything has to be optimized all the time because you've only got effectively a few hours from all that. Whereas because Expo's over 3 days, but it's kind of four because you have the press day beforehand as well. It's gives you a lot more time to sort of relax and appreciate everything, as well as have proper conversations. Because normally it's salute and other shows you kind of like nice chat, but I've got to sell things, so bye. Whereas I could actually get off the stand. Jez says you got interviewed by Giant Jerry from On Tabletop. I didn't notice how tall he was until I saw somebody had posted it back, and I was like, "Oh wow, I look really small, but he's just really tall." So, Expo is, if you haven't heard of it, it's a very board game role play sort of event. It's the biggest one for that sort of thing in the UK. Over the last probably decade, really, us tabletoppers have started. They're tabletoppers, wargamey, more figure manufacturers have started eking our way into it, and it's my third year in a row of doing that show. And it was a big risk I took 3 years ago because I wasn't sure because there's a small percentage of people at the show that are interested in minis, but there are so many people there that that small percentage is more than any other show. So it works out. But I had to go in big to get noticed because it's so full of big boys, really. And that first year, I was so anxious because everything had to sort of go right. I think maybe the second year was like maybe that was a fluke. But now I feel like we're an established stand at UK Games Expo, somewhere people have as their sort of destination stand. Oh, you've got to go to Bad Squiddo, rather than maybe the first year people kind of finding us and still being like, oh, minis. Um, so it's just that's just such a good feeling, and I've been in such a good feeling all weekend. Just like, and well, if you saw me, I just kept going, "Oh, everything is lovely. Hey, everyone is lovely." So the week beforehand was pretty much it's just all go, getting everything ready. While I was working really hard, I still wasn't as as behind as Salute. I kind of because I threw that curveball to myself by making him do all the what are they even called? Dioramas, making all those dioramas. Then what's the word? Dave. It's not Dave. It's you, little mousy. I thought that doesn't sound like a Dave drink. It's a little mousy. Hello. um. Oh. Yeah. See, this is why it's so good. So David in the comments said, "Glad it went well. We went on Friday, and I grabbed some ghouls. My wife's first expo, and she grabbed one of your minis as her first ever thing to paint." So yeah, that's awesome. And it was ghouls. Which ghouls were they? Katie says, I think a lot of people interested at UK game RPG players. So yeah, it's good. Good. Did I? Oh, I did. I did see you. You know what? I saw you, Alan, and I didn't recognise you because you have a bigger beard than normal. I think it was that. Like, I know who that is, but who is that? I think that was you. Ah. So so yeah, I saw lots of people, which was really nice. So lots of familiar war gamey sort of faces, all the new people. Where we were situated was amongst friends. It was so nice. So the stands around us were people. To be fair, I thought I knew them all, and I didn't. There was some I hadn't met yet that now are my friends. So I think I said in the build up that everyone who uses CMA, the casters, we're all sort of clustered together by choice. One so that Louis can patrol. Um, oh, Alan, so I looked really startled, so I didn't make a video. I wasn't startled. It was probably like, I know who this is. They're gonna sell me any moment. No, they didn't. But I did recognise you. But yeah, just not as beardy. It's not as much as the beard. I don't know why I did a beard there. So we, um, so we are on our little section of, and it was not just a section of just it was war games, um, games, rollies from roll text, dice, larger scale casts. So it's a lot of things that that Louis at CMA, who's our Lord and Saviour, had kind of brought together. And he's done this for a long time. And if you've followed this for a long time, I'm always singing the praises of CMA and Louis because they pretty much saved the company. After we had lots of problems with casters, if you remember in those early days, I was constantly having to pay money to get things remolded, and then I'd find someone else, and there'd be another issue. And they really stabilized us and allowed and kind of kicked us up the arse to grow as well. Because we were talking about how on my time since working with Louis, the miniature production's kind of gone. And that's been really good, especially as a one personer that you've got someone else to kind of get ideas from and chat over some bits. So that was really good. So seeing him's always nice. And being introduced to the new, we brought a few new people that had not done Expo before. Um, so I met Warren at Realms of Warren at Realms of Tiberia, who was next to us, who was absolutely lovely, and allowed me to put some of my things into his stand as I was overflowing a bit, including my backpack on Sunday. I was just like, oh, there we go. He's at some larger scale. I'll show a haul when I get back to the office because all the stuff's in there. But I bought a big orc mother, the last of the mothers of something, mini, and she's wicked. She's really, really big. I don't know scale, 75 mil maybe. Yay, we've got Wes, got Daniel, got everyone. See, Wes brought over 8 donuts on Sunday. I finished the last one this morning. They're so good. Thank you. They kept me alive, I think. It is Pride Month. Yeah, every time I go to Expo, I think, what is it with Birmingham and Pride? I'm like, oh yeah, because it's always the start of June. I just thought they were personally welcoming me or something. So yes, it is. I should do something for Pride. Let me just take a sip of this, seeing as I have no voice. If you're lucky, you might see a pig up there. I'm gonna go back to sleep after this. I'm so tired. I've been intermittently sleeping, playing Stardew Valley, but falling asleep playing Stardew Valley, and then yeah, just all waking up. Blah. So I mentioned before, it costs a lot to trade and to do anything substantial there, because I don't think it's worth having a small, for me anyway, it probably is for others, not worth having a small stand because it's so easy for them for people to miss it because there's so much. It's 2 massive halls. Hey, Katie did not wake up till 11. Uh-oh, we've got Doc Cowie in there. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to behave now. As I was saying about having met lots of awesome people, I got to meet that Andrew Cowie there. I don't know which way. I think it's that way, isn't it? On the reverse. I think he's over there. Which was wicked, and that was actually a nice highlight of the show. I don't think he believes me, but it was. I've wanted to meet Doc Andrew for some time. Thanks for people coming along because it was quite short notice when I set this up. I kind of knew I was going to do something this evening, but I didn't want to jinx it. And to be fair, I did have to set myself an alarm for 7:30. So I was asleep again, and I went, must do live stream. So what other news has happened other than just me going, everyone was so nice to Dave? And a little, see, there it is. There's evidence that he's not typing. There's Carol too. Everyone's there. Trying to get my attention because they haven't had their little evening snack. That's what they're doing. Oh, my little babies. I'll leave it on pig cam. I'll turn here a little bit. There we go. So you might get some more pigs. Pigs in the view. There we go. So other than making lots of money and everyone being really nice, what else? That was it really. It was just so nice. It's very validating. I had lots of conversations about that. Just being able to stand back and go, this is cool. This is so cool. Everything is as it should be. I'm thinking, wow, I've come quite a long way. And as we were setting up, I was going, this is just a little one-person business, and the stand looks really good. So like, did a lot of that, like not to blow my own trumpet, but this is damn good, and that's good as well. As someone that's constantly, panicking about things not being good enough, or "Oh, maybe I suck, maybe I'm just a loser, and these are all proper people. I kind of got there and went, no, I'm a proper person. I'm more proper than the bigger proppers. So there. Um, so that was really good. So the timeline of events, I guess, is Thursday we get there, we set up without a hitch, everything is nice, we get some drinks, we go to the industry evening where the press, which I say the press, because every time I said it to people, I went, the press. Because I think there's like not really any press. There's some kind of bloggers and co. But it's good for networking, as they say. So we have that evening. A sec, I'm just gonna wipe my nose because I'm very sorry. I'm beginning the con crud for sure. So I was chatting to lovely Mike, whose name of the actual company I always forget because I always call him Gaslands Mike. I used him as the clickbait in the Facebook link. Yes, I think it worked. So like when I post a link to this on Facebook, no one ever sees it because it just goes, ooh, a link to YouTube. So I started putting a clickbait picture with it. I did use Louise Sugnam for the last one, so I used Gaslands Mike for this, where people don't just scroll back and then they're like, oh, there's a video happening. So I got chatted to Mike. I saw Descent Games, who've got a brand new game out, well, that they're working on. They're the Library Labyrinth ladies, LLL, and they have started a card game, and they do a lot of cards of people we make minis of. So I don't know what that was. So yeah, had a nice chat with them. Who else? I met Annabelle at Modular Realms, who I've been chatting to for quite a while. And we seem like we're very similar people. So it was like one of those Spider-Man GIF moments. So that was ace. They do the magnetic dungeon things, which I'm going to do something with. I've got some. At the very least, I'm going to take a whole bunch of pictures. So I'm hoping not too long to do that. To build the dungeon with them, then put a bunch of Bad Squiddo, so it's a little crossover. So that's really cool. Um, I met a bunch of had a proper chat with Jordan Sorcery, who's absolutely lovely. And I chatted to a bunch of those sort of, YouTubey folks and stuff, so that was good. And then it was check-in time at the hotel. So we stay in town, and I keep seeing, I think I said in the show last week, people saying they can't afford to go because the hotels are so much. Stay in town. Stay in town. It's fine. There's a million hotels in town. Some are cheap, some aren't as cheap, but they're all cheaper than the ones on the venue. And the train is just 10 minutes in, so it's no bother. And you can also just get like the Ubers for like 15 quid to go in. And if there's a bunch of you, it's just that saving, even if you Uber back and forth each day, you're still saving loads of money on if you stay at the venue. So also there's all the stuff in town, like all the Tesco and whatever, if you need anything. So that's a bonus. I managed to get a nice room actually with a double windows. I got one of the like end caps, so I was chuffed with that. Friday was so busy. We did twice what we did on Friday, what we normally do, which is a lot. It was a lot. It was just so busy, so busy. This is mostly what this talk's going to be. Me, it was busy. Everyone was lovely. I'm not going to make too long a show because I'm struggling to talk, but I'm also like the people. I don't want the people to go. Yay! Um, I won't be doing anything too wild this week. I'm not going off on a tour of anywhere. I'm just kind of letting it all sink in, sleep. Oh yes, Andy was there on Friday. That did bring the crowds, I think, once they knew he was there, but he went incognito because he wasn't wearing orange. I don't know if Andy's going to do a video of his expo review. I think he should. I think he should get back to doing all that. We had a few meetings. Well, I had a few meetings over the course of the weekend with some different companies about some projects we're going to be working on. So I'm all infused about them. So I've got that infusement. I've got the thing of people seeing the stand and then going in the cabinet and going, which is great. We sold out of Turkey Man. Yes. We've got them still at the office, but brought quite a few Turkey Men though, and sold out. And we're like, we're Turkey Men, that's what we do. We sold 1 million capybaras as always. We're keeping them. Do more capybaras. Keep them fresh. I've got a little. I've emptied my pockets, but not done anything else with it yet. But some of my haul was a capybara badge. No, guinea pig badge. Oh yeah, zombie unicorns. It's because I forgot to bring the spares of the zombie unicorns. But these are just some of the things around what I emptied my pocket. I don't think I actually bought. Oh, I did. No, I didn't buy anything. I bought off the adjacent stands. I barely got off the stand this time. The badges went from Bad Squiddo, Andrew. They were they were various gifts from folk that had held on to them. People that had seen capybara merch throughout the year and went, "I'll keep that for Annie." So that's very nice. So the projects we've got, I'm really infused about the upcoming World War II project. We sold a lot of World War II and had a lot of chats about the various resistance fighters. And I think we might have got onto something there because it's another one where people can attach themselves to it, which is when you get more into it. So like with the British stuff, obviously I'm from Britain and live in Britain, and everyone here knows somebody who was, in the land army or worked in a munitions factory because that's what their nan or mum might have done. And the resistance fighters, like it's very sort of a patriotic thing because it's somebody from your country going way beyond to fight for good, and obviously we've got people from all over the world. So if their country is represented, it's like a really really big deal. So that's got me quite infused to make sure I can include as much as possible. And then there's Dave, always off. And then yeah, the bigger it gets, the more we can do. So having lots of World War II chats at a sort of very fantasy sci-fi convention was very cool. Let me just take a slurp of this coffee. Got a lot more interest in the community miniatures project, saw loads of those. Nearly out of Ada Lovelace, I think. So if you're thinking of getting her, I think there's like 2 left. So that's all good. So that's gonna be my next thing. So after I've done my sleeping this week, in order of things, it's gonna be research, design, get the briefs to Alan for the community minis. Back on the research, but the research for the World War II project and the play testing for Gully Pets is going to be sort of in tandem. On Saturday night, I had a really nice evening with Nick of Devilfly, Nick Barker, who's writing the game. And we hadn't had a proper hangout before. We'd mostly just been in a sort of business sense. So just having some beers and a chat. And absolutely, although we already knew this, but knowing even more how similar we were in strangeness and general views was really good. So that's got me really pumped to do a whole bunch of stuff. And to make sure that we get Gully Pets launched this year. So I've got to fit 2 really big projects in and relaunch Community Minis and keep that going. And that's like, it's not an oh crap, there's loads of things to do. It's like, oh crap, there's loads of things to do. This is amazing. And other people I spoke to were a bit like that they were all buzzing off the various sort of motivations they had for things and people they've met and chat to. And people like, oh, I've just been chatting to this distributor. Oh, I might have got a new retailer. And and I met Patrice Rameau, one of our artists. So our main artist is Martin Whitmore, who's in America, so I've never met him. But Patrice is, I think he lives in France. I'm not sure actually. He's French, but I'd met him before, but quite briefly. I met him at Expo, so I love like all the things sort of come full circle. So he was there with his family. He did all our ghoul artwork, and he got to see. And then he saw that we'd made all the different merch and bits. So I was like, here, take off these, and it was lovely because he had his whole family, his wife and kids. And you got to see like all this area where all the banners and artwork were all like designed by him. So it's just that like I'm a very emotionally absorbent person. So people that are having a nice time, it's just like the ultimate charge up. So just everyone buzzing. I was just like, like supercharged. It's amazing. I'm gonna think of some other cool bits, and then I'm gonna go back to bed. So this week we will be in. Please do place orders. Do it. I'm gonna be in the office. I'm just not solidly gonna be in the office. I'm just gonna be in like the odd day, or depending on how many orders I've got. So I'll be in tomorrow. And I'm gonna do just a bit of taking it easy. So I might be in like just mornings. Just to get orders out and to keep things ticking over, so it's not it's not giving future me more stress or anything. But I'm definitely going to relax. Oh yes, Saturday was so weird. Before I ended up going out, we were leaving the hall, and I was like, I'm feeling a bit weird, but I think it's the lights are going weird, maybe. And because I've got this eye condition, what's it called? I can't remember what it's even called anymore, but it's all like lumpy eyes or something. So sometimes I get the like dots in my vision, and sometimes I can notice them more than others because your brain cancels it out. PVD, that's it, PVD. So I thought maybe it's just that. I've had loads of migraines lately as well, so I was just like, oh, I just need to get outside. And then I just started like glitching, and I've never had anything like that before. I'm assuming it's just in the same realm as like fainting or just being absolutely exhausted or something. But I was really frustrated because I felt fine. They were like, Annie, I was like, I've eaten, I've been drinking water, done all the things. but yeah, just started spasming. My hands were going everywhere, and ended up needing to. Well, I was going to go down, but because I had my people, they'd kind of like grabbed me and they placed me on a bench, and then I was just like, oh, it was really weird, so weird. Of course, I've googled it. I will be going to the doctors just to check, but I think it is just it was like my body was trying to pass out, but not. So, like, what I could see was in like a flip book. So it was just these, yeah, it was so weird. So I pretty much got like dragged outside like I was a shoplifter by my people, and sort of placed on the grass. So I lay on the grass for a bit, and then I was fine for the rest of the evening. But I was just like, oh, I didn't like that. That was weird. I reckon that my body had gone, but you should normally be stressed by now. Why aren't you? We'll do something. So I'm there, like lying on the grass, giggling because I'm like, I want to go to the pub. Why is my body not working? Yeah, Jess says obviously leeches, just need leeches. And then in the morning, it was suggested that maybe I don't need to get up really, really early because there's loads of people and they know how to run the stand. And I'd normally refuse, but I thought, you know what, that's a good idea. I don't really want to go glitchy again. That was strange. And the hotel allowed us to check out at 12, which is really late for a hotel. So I checked out at 12. So I missed Sunday morning of the show, but it was a really, I might do that next year just for fun. I just, yeah, got my way in on the train and it was, yeah, it was really good. Feeling all warm talking about this. I don't think I'm well now, obviously. I think I've just got the yeah, the post-con death, which I'm sure loads of other people get because we're hugging lots of people and absorbing, breathing other people's breath as you do at a convention. So that's also why I'm glad I didn't get booked to go anywhere because it would be rubbish if I was just out somewhere fun and ill. So yeah, it was going to be an easy week, but please do make orders and stuff because I will be posting them out. And I've got a big pocket full of all the cards and things, a mixture of people who want to work with me and things I just thought were cool. And I'm going to go through all of them and either email them or um, just follow them on Facebook or whatever if it's stuff that I think was cool. Um, what have we got? Just seeing what's on my stack of things. I did win this award. It wasn't the official award, but that was a pretty good award that I got every single day. So I was chuffed with that. That was good. What have I got here? This little stack of things. I thought that was a good idea. That was a ruler, but also a business card. Kind of want to nick that idea and make some bad Squiddo rulers. It's the mice. Are you joining in? My funny little mices. So I think that's the gist, is that I just wanted to talk to you and say it was really good. It was really good. Everyone was lovely. It's possibly been the best weekend of ever. Don't want to offend another weekend. I'm trying, I'm trying to think what weekend was as good as that, and I don't think I can find one. So just everything is good. This case's rule of business card also bookmark. Yeah, I'm like, I'm up for that. Let's do that. Measure with Squiddo. Like that's pretty cool. Yeah, so and we got back. We got back nice and smoothly, unloaded, and slept. And it's nice because there's usually something horrific and stressful, and there wasn't. And I'm just oh, and I want to do more shows and see people because I was getting a bit hermity. So I'm gonna try and get back into some of the shows. So I'll write up a nice thingy. I wrote up a nice thing on my personal Squiddo thing, just about how nice everything is and just how lovely it was to see other people doing well. And that's that whole like I want us all to do well. Like it's just really nice. Amethyst says he plans to do any more shows this year. No, but there's a couple I'm going to try and get back in, so we're going to see. I also need to discuss GriffCon, which I may be able to do as a punter. So there's a few of those sort of emails I need to reply to where I've just gone put everything off till after Expo. But it won't be today because I'm just going to go back to being horizontal and going to drink this coffee, and I'm going to drink loads of water, I think, as well. I think I just generally need to fix the Annie bot. Um, yeah, they've asked me to do, I never know what you can say. They've asked me if I want to do some sort of panel-y thing at GriffCon. So I might if I can get a lift. So that's part of what I need to email. Go, hey, can I get a lift? So we shall see. But yeah, I just want to go to things and be adored. That's why it's good, isn't it? But it's it's deeper than that. That's the crux of it. You go somewhere, people say you're brilliant and give you money, and that's got to be good. So really are living the dream, as they say. But I'm British, so it's impossible to say that in a non-sarcastic tone, but really is living the dream. And I'm just really thankful to everyone who made it awesome, whether you just came over, whether you bought something, we had a chat. Katie, Gail, Alan, and Simon, who were helping out on the stand, were the best. Even the stand opposite were like, I've been watching your stuff just because that's what I do. And they're so good. I'm like, yep, they're so good. So thank you to you. Thank you to Stu at Great Escape Games, who we shared a van with, and it made his journey considerably longer. So that's really good. And yeah, just everyone who came over, and Doc Cowie, of course, Andrew Cowie there. He bought me a beer, which was very nice of him. And yeah, it was just lots of smiles. So I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna horizontal. But thank you, you're all wicked. Oh, you should get some sleep as well. Oh, it's 8:30, it's basically bedtime. So yes, if you haven't already, pour yourself a warm or cold drink and just think, not everything is terrible. While many things are, not everything is. So goodbye.